and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla na ya ka ike niile nọ n'ọbadịrị aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe ndị kwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta onye ọbụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Thank you for connecting. We must continue. It doesn't matter what the people want to say. Continue. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wherever you are connecting from around the globe, if you're joining from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, wherever you're joining from Biafra land, I appreciate you for connecting. Thank you so much. As you all know, every time we come here, we speak up about things that are happening in the country called Nigeria. That is our main objective. The major reason why I come online from time to time is to make sure we set the record straight, to make sure that we do not allow the conventional media to continue to change the story and tell us lies. We have known that the Janjaweed are in charge of the conventional media. They have been able to hijack the conventional media and they cannot tell us exact situation of things. That is why we have taken it upon ourselves to come online on daily basis to set the record straight. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or what anybody says. We will set the record straight and say it exactly the way it is without being politically correct. We are not hating on anybody. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter where you belong. We are not hating on anybody. We are setting the record straight. We say leave and let's leave. And for those who say we will not leave, we will not allow them to leave either. It is very obvious that the common enemy we have in the country called Nigeria is known by every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria. They are no one but the Fulani Janjaweeds. They have said that we will not leave. Even when we have given them a landing space, they are foreigners. We gave them a landing space, but they have said we will not leave. And they will not leave either. And until our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally, we will continue to fight. We will continue to fight and speak up for the plight of the people. As you all know, they have refused to let go of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They held him. They went to Kenya and took him from Kenya. He didn't commit any crime. They kidnapped him. It was a case of kidnapping. It is no longer something that you can debate or something can be denied. Nobody is denying any longer that it was kidnapped. Even Kenya has owned up that they kidnapped him. And today he's in captivity in the country called Nigeria. And we say he cannot be in captivity. He doesn't deserve that. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserves his freedom. He deserves to be free. That is why we are coming online on daily basis. And we cannot lose focus. I want Biafrans not to lose focus. Do not lose your focus and do not chicken out. Don't feel weak. You have to be stronger. The only way you can support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with all your strength is by being strong wherever you are. You have to be strong. It doesn't matter what they do. I am giving you assurance that Chukwu Okabiama is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And whatever happened with him, Chukwu Okabiama is aware. And Chukwu Okabiama will not allow something that is going to harm him come against him. But we will have to do our own part. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for him to open up his mouth and begin to cry out from the dungeon, it means the situation has gotten out of hand. For a very long time, the lawyers have been trying their own best The lawyers have been trying on their own way to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. But from every indication, the success of the lawyers has been limited. That is why the lawyers have cried out to you and I. That press statement they released, telling us the real situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which most of us have known for a very long time. The real situation, that is what is going on with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you going to be silent? Are you going to stop doing what you are doing? We cannot stop. This is not the time to stop. This is the time to increase anything you know you can do to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released from the captivity. This is time to increase it. Anything you have been doing in the past. So many of us have been doing so many things on our various angles. So many of us have been making so many efforts on different angles. This is the time you have to increase your effort. If you are speaking up online, speak more. If you are acting on the ground, act more. Whatever you are doing to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally, you have to do it. Do not demonize anybody who is doing whatever he or she feels is the right thing to do. Don't demonize anybody. Do not demonize anybody. It doesn't matter what the person is doing. As long as what the person is doing is going to aid the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, support that very person and share the video. Let it go wide. It is so sad that most of the time you even get attacked from people who are supposed to be fighting along with you. They are the people that will be attacking you. But don't mind, don't bother. Even when you are broadcasting and when you are sharing, if it's only one or two people that will listen to you, those two people will preach to another two people and they will get the information, setting the record straight. That is why we are here. The Janjaweed that you and I know can never listen to any begging. I say it and I say it again. They cannot listen to any begging, and we are not supposed to beg for our freedom. There's never a time you will see a slave begging out his way. You can't beg your way out of your master. It's either you pay the due or you fight out of the very thing you are being held up. It's either you pay the due, it's either you pay off for your slavery or you fight out your way. And in this case, Biafrans have to fight out their way out of slavery. We don't have to beg. For those who have chosen the aspect of begging, they should go ahead and continue to beg. But our Sumula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I have watched his broadcasts. I have seen him many times speak. He cannot stand too low to go and beg Janjaweed for anything. He can't beg for anything. More especially when he has not committed any crime known to man. There has not been any court on the planet Earth that convicted our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. No court has convicted him. In Kenya, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled to Kenya. He didn't enter Kenya illegally. He entered Kenya legally with his passport, British passport. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, mind you, is not a Nigerian citizen. He's a Biafran British. He has denied Nigerian citizenship for a very long time. These are part of the lies they are telling you. They kidnapped a British citizen. That is what they kidnapped. But because British is complicit in the crime, that is why they can't do anything. Their hand is tied. If not that the British is complicit in the crime, let me tell you, they would have been fighting greater and more than they are fighting today. But because they are complicit, they are part of the crime. They join the planet. That is why you see people these days, they cannot be able to hear their opinion. They can't do things they're supposed to do. They can't do things they're supposed to do. But it doesn't matter either they do it or they don't do it. We will continue. We will continue to fight until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. He has not committed any crime. He has not committed any crime. And the place we find ourselves in the hand of the Janjaweeds, the place we find ourselves, we will continue to find this battle. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they come, both inside and outside, wherever they are coming, bringing the attacks from. We will continue to fight until every single Biafran is being liberated. In extension, every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria is set free. Nigeria is not doing anybody any good. Nigeria is not serving the purpose, any purpose for the Biafrans. It's not serving any purpose for the Duduans. It's not serving any purpose for the Middle Belt. Even the so-called Northerns, they are not finding it easy. They are not finding it easy. I can tell you that the Northerners are even suffering more. But as usual, you know, the Southerners are bold. They are learned. They know what they want and they go for it. Unlike the North. Unlike the Northerners, in the North, they have used religion to hold them captive. That even when they see evil, for the fact that it's somebody who belongs to their religion, they will continue to support it. Even when they see evil, because the person who is perpetrating that evil is part of their religion, they support it. That is the difference between the North and the South. And these two can never, ever flourish together. They can't. The two can work together. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming from. It doesn't matter how you preach to them. They can never, ever change. They will not change. They won't change. But are we going to stop? We can't stop. Already, one of our leaders, what do you call it, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, have made the mistake from the beginning. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe had made the mistake from the beginning for waiting for these Northerners to join in the independence of that so-called conversion. How I wish Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe listen to Awolowo and let the North go their ways, fight for the independence of the Southeast and that of the Southwest. By now, we would have gone a long way. We would have gone a little, at least, if nothing else, we would have had enough peace among us. Even if we don't have the word, we will have enough peace among us. But because Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe felt he could wait for those who are not ready to do anything for themselves, who are not ready to improve themselves, they were waiting for them. And today, you see where we found ourselves. We have found ourselves in a very serious, very deadly situation, a situation that is very hard to get out of. You have seen the way they have reduced everybody in that contraption to fools. That is why people are not thinking normal in the contraption called Nigeria. People cannot think normal. They cannot think the way they are supposed to think. People cannot think. When people see evil, you will see people seeing evil, staring at their face, they will continue to support evil. Simply because the person is from their area. Simply because it is their pastor that is perpetrating the evil. Because it is somebody from their religion that is perpetrating the evil. Because somebody from their tribe is perpetrating the evil. That is the kind of one Nigeria the amalgamation have built. And we can no longer be part of it. This generation have woken up, 21st century, we have woken up and said we cannot be part of that very lie. The lie that want to kill every one of us and destroy every one of us. We cannot be part of it. What we want now is total freedom from the captivity that the Janjaweed have placed us into, that Britain have taken us into and given us into the hand of the Janjaweed. We can't be part of it. And it is you and I that will take that freedom. Nobody can fight for you. Nobody will give you your freedom. It doesn't matter what you think or what you're saying. Nobody is going to give you that freedom. You are going to fight the freedom for yourself. If you don't fight, nobody's going to fight for you. You can see why we are here crying about what is happening in the country from called Nigeria. The killing that is happening in Nigeria is staring at everybody's face. It doesn't matter if you're a Nigerian or you're not a Nigerian. The killing, the rate of killing that's happening in Nigeria is being seen by everybody. It's being seen all over the world. And yet, nobody is doing anything. The world is silent. They pretend as if they're not seeing it. The rate of killing that is happening in Nigeria, the whole world is seeing it. And all the international communities, all the countries of the world, they have their embassies in Nigeria, in Abuja, and they get details of what is happening. But yet, they can't do anything. They cannot stand for you. They can't stand for me. They can't speak for anybody. Instead, you saw the Secretary of State of the United States. The Secretary of State visited Nigeria. Why did he visit Nigeria? The purpose of visiting Nigeria was to come and promote their own selfish interests in a country that is dying. In a country where the citizens of the country are dying, people are losing their life on a daily basis. Instead of you coming to promote the interests of the people, or at least do something to save the people from the death that is coming, they don't care about that. They are busy promoting their own self-interest. They came around to begin to remove Nigeria from one of the among the countries that are persecuting Christians. That was what US came to do. Even people have gone to testify in the US. People who are a victim of religious killing, people who are victim of this religious intimidation have gone to United States, up to White House, to air their opinion, to speak about the situation. But yet, US damn every consequence. They damn everything. They forget about it and they pursue their own selfish interests. They remove Nigeria's name among the people who are persecuting Christians. When you know that today, Christians are being killed in the northern part of Nigeria, more especially, Christians are being killed on daily basis. Even as we are talking, they are still being killed. Christians do not have any freedom in the north. In Plateau State, many Christian villages have been wiped away. Villages renamed. People are being killed up to the Southern Kaduna, so many of their villages have been wiped away, renamed, just because they are Christians. In Maiduguri, I saw one online where they destroyed church. They destroyed churches that were built, and they have refused them license and refused them to own the land in Meduguri. The Christians there don't have any say in anything. The videos are outside. It is not a propaganda. The video to this effect are all on the line online. Even a US network have spoken about the Christian intimidation in Nigeria. And Nigeria was rated among one of the most dangerous country for Christians. Most dangerous country for Christians. Nigeria is among. And yet, US saw all these things. They removed Nigeria's name from the list of those who are persecuting Christians, who are persecuting people due to their religion. They removed their name because they are pursuing their selfish interests. Even when the so-called Secretary of State was speaking, in his speech, he never mentioned the issue of IPOB and Biafra. Even when he knows that that is the thing that is on board. The major issue on that very country now is the killing that is happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria. The US Secretary of State never mentioned it. He never mentioned it. He sluggishly talked about the NSAS issue. He talked about the NSAS. NSAS have come and gone. How many people were killed in NSAS? But in the southeastern part of Nigeria, people are still being killed. Even while he is in Nigeria, they are still killing people. Even while the Secretary of State is in Nigeria, they are still killing people. They are killing people. But he never mentioned about it. He never mentioned about the issue of Biafra. He never mentioned the issue of IPOB. He never mentioned the issue of the people in the southeastern part of Nigeria that are being killed on a daily basis. He was busy removing Nigeria's name among those who are persecuting religious persecution, who are involved in religious persecution. Who in his normal sense would do such? It's only greedy people, only wicked people. That will show you that these people, they don't have an interest at hand. Call it the US, call it the UK, whatever you can call them, all the countries of the world, those world powers you see, they don't have the interest of Nigerians at heart. The indigenous people of Nigeria, they don't have their interest at heart. They care about themselves. All they care about is our resources, to come and steal the resources and make sure that the resources continue to flow to them as much as possible. Anybody who can make it possible that the resources continue to flow to them, that is who they support. That's the situation in the contemporary called Nigeria. And it's not going to change anytime soon. Who are the ones that are going to change it? It is you and I that will change it. If we want the situation to change, it is you and I that will change the situation. Nobody will change it for you. No goddamn person will change it for you. That is why we say that freedom cannot be given to you in a platter of gold. You have to fight for your freedom and take it. You have to fight. If anybody tells you that he's going to go and beg for you for your freedom, it's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. You are not going to get it. Anybody going to beg for freedom for you, you can't get it. It is a waste of time. It is a waste of time. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. Freedom cannot be given to you in a platter of gold. You must have to fight for it. And you will take it. If you really want it, you will take it. That is why we are calling on all Biafrans all over the world. More especially Biafrans in Biafran land. Do not relent in your effort. I know the war, the stress is not easy. The war is not easy. They have brought war in Biafran land already. As we speak, we know that war is going on in Biafran land. Biafrans are being killed. Biafrans are being abducted. The homes of Biafrans have been bombed. Biafrans are being bombed on different places in that country called Nigeria. We see it. We know that that is what is happening. We get calls from Biafra land on what is going on. But we cannot stop talking. We cannot relent in our effort. We will continue to fight until the last man standing. We can never give up on the fight for Biafra. It doesn't matter how they try to suppress us. It doesn't matter how they try to discourage us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. If it is only one person that is remaining, preaching the gospel of Biafra, that one person must succeed and Biafra will come. Biafra will definitely come. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. Do not trouble yourself. The only thing I tell the Biafrans in Nigeria to do, those who are in the old southeastern region of Nigeria, wherever you are, in the old southeastern region, protect yourself and stay safe. If you have anything to do outside, do it and go back home. If you don't have any reason to be outside, be in your home. That is the way to stay safe. The sit at home have to continue. Civil disobedience is the only greatest tool that we have had. The politician has never spoken our voice. They have never spoken in our own tune. They have always served their own purpose and serving themselves and themselves alone. All the politicians in the country of Nigeria, it doesn't matter where they are coming from. Either politicians from the southeast, either from the south, from the southwest, from the north, they are playing the same script. The only objective of the politician is to make sure there is money in their pocket, to make sure they protect their own loot, to make sure that the blood of the innocent continue to flow at the expense of killing the people just to be able to satisfy themselves, to promote their own self. That is what they do. But you, as an ordinary person, how are you going to air your opinion? You can only air your opinion by civil disobedience. You can see the little we are doing. That is why they are crying and shouting. If you stop, there can never be any change. We have to continue. More especially because of the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Formerly, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around with us, you know, he doesn't keep silent when something happens. If anything happens, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never ever be silent. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you're saying or what you're doing. It doesn't matter how busy he is. If anything happens against Biafrans, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come on Radio Biafra and begin to shout and call on the whole world to know what is actually going on. This is the job Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been doing when he was with us. But today, that man that speaks for you, that man that speaks for me, the symbol of justice, that man that is making the whole world focus on that mother from Nigeria to call evil evil. Today, they have kidnapped him and they are holding him. He has not committed any crime. And we are asking for the unconditional release of that man. They are not listening. Some people are telling you not to protest. Some are telling you not to even have the civil disobedience. They are telling you to go back to your home, that they are going to bring a political solution. My friend, that is a deceit. Do not wait on any political solution. Only Chukwu Okike Abiama knows the means through which he is going to release our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only him and him alone. And when he does that, it will be like miracle. It is going to be like miracle. He is definitely going to do that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is definitely going to come out. How he's going to come out? It is not going to be by the work of man. It's going to be by the work of Chukwu Okike Abiama. That is why we cannot beg. The only person we need to pray to and beg is Chukwu Okike Abiama. Pray and beg Chukwu Okike Abiama and continue to speak up. Chukwu Okike Abiama will definitely bring out our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He will surely be free. It doesn't matter what anybody does or say. It doesn't matter the attack they are bringing from east, west, north, and south. It doesn't matter what they do. We don't care. We are not bothered. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must surely do this. For those who are fighting tooth and nail to disturb the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or to hinder him from being released or to delay him more, you are only digging your grave. If you are one of those hindering the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are digging your grave. Yes, you are digging your grave. And the message we are preaching is to save your own life. Is to save you. If you repent, it will be well with you. But if you refuse to repent and you continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in one way or the other, you continue to contribute to the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are going to pay with your own life, and your generation will suffer for what you are doing today. Biafra will definitely come. And we will all be remembered. Everything we are saying today, putting out there, every video we are making, will stand for us on the day. On that day, we will walk into Biafra. We will continue to speak. Even after Biafra has come, we will continue to speak, because these evil men will never let go. The evil men are everywhere. Evil men, they are everywhere, in all angles, in all tribes, in all organizations. Even in IPOB, there are evil men. A lot of them. Even when Biafra comes, there will still be those evil men. That is why this work is not going to stop. The Janjaweed have turned the brain of the people in the southwestern part of Nigeria. In the Biafra, they have turned the brain of Biafrans, and Biafrans are now behaving like the Janjaweed. Biafrans are behaving like Janjaweed. They will leave something that is working, leave something they are supposed to do, and they will be gossiping and doing nonsense. You will see Biafrans attacking a fellow Biafran who is saying the right thing, speaking of what is good. Everything we are talking against in this very one Nigeria they are talking about, you will still see some people practicing exactly the same thing we are standing against. They are still practicing it, even while they say they are fighting for Biafra. You are attacking your own brother. stepping on the toe of your brother. You don't want your brother to air his own opinion. Any opinion that is contrary to your own opinion, you don't support it. You will begin to blackmail people, blackmail your own brother for no just cause. Just for one reason or another, maybe for your own selfish interest, maybe because you hate him, because your friend hates him, because your mother hates him, because your church hates him, you hate the same person. You won't even use your own brain to know if what this man is saying is right thing or the wrong thing. Let me tell you, Chukwu Okike, who created every one of us, have given us conscience. And no grown-up man will tell me that he doesn't know what is good and what is bad. We all know. As long as you are living the planet Earth and you have conscience, we know there are some people whom their conscience is dead. Some people who have sold their soul to the devil, and they are irredeemable. There are such people, and they are everywhere. They are in Biafran land. They are in that zoo we are talking about. They are in all organizations and in all societies. People who have sold their soul to the devil. These people are everywhere. But the way Chukwu Okike has created us, he created us in a way that every single soul will have a conscience, and you will know what is right and what is wrong. You know what is wrong, and you will know when you are doing bad and when you are doing good. You will know within yourself. If you have conscience and you still have some little spirit of God in you, if you still have conscience and you have the fear of Chukwu Okike, every time you do evil, your conscience will be judging you. But some people have decided to sell their own conscience. And they stand against their brother, fight against their brother, kill their brother, betray their brother, sell their brother, even stand against their brother. You see, sometimes when we are broadcasting, you will see your views are being suppressed. Just as I'm broadcasting now, you see the way they are suppressing the views. Sometimes you'll be blaming Facebook, that is Facebook suppressing your views, but you don't know that it is your own brothers whom you are fighting the same cause. They are the people who are suppressing your views. They are the people who will attack your channel, will attack your page, and make sure that your gospel didn't go far. People who you are speaking for. People from the southern part of Nigeria, people who are Biafrans, people who are even close to you, they will be the ones to attack you and make sure that your message don't fly, even when they know deep in their heart that you are saying the truth. If you have a superior argument, why don't you come in and give your superior argument? If you have a superior argument, why don't you come in and air your opinion and give a superior argument and try and convince the person instead of fighting against the person or demonizing the person? We all have conscience. It's high time we wake up and face reality. It is high time we wake up and face the reality and face the common enemy. There is only one common enemy we have in the contraption called Nigeria. It doesn't matter your religion. This is not about religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. This is not about tribe. It is a game of life and death. It's about life and death. It is about survival. It is about survival. It is not about tribe. It is not about religion. It is not about your location. It is about survival. The only common enemy that we have in that very contract of Nigeria are the Fulani Janjaweed. I don't miss word when I say it, and it is not a hate speech. It is not a hate speech. The Fulani Janjaweed are the common enemy. They are the common enemy. It is that Fulani Janjaweed. They are the people who are the terrorists. They are the people who has nicknamed their terrorists bandits. Every terrorist organization you have in Nigeria, there are so many. Every one of them is being headed by Fulanis. They are still the same Fulanis and still the same people who are in the southern part of Nigeria, destabilizing the southern part of Nigeria to make sure that the southern part of Nigeria do not have peace. Even when we know right from origin, southern part of Nigeria have been the most productive part of that contraption called Nigeria. The most peaceful and the most productive, including their people, their human beings who are living there. They are the most productive and the most peaceful in the southern part of Nigeria. I am not saying that the southern part of Nigeria do not have criminals. We have criminals in the southern part of Nigeria, but we know the kind of criminals we have. Even though we have criminals, we still have some of them, those who have conscience. But in the northern part of Nigeria, these are places where you have people who are unproductive and they don't want to improve themselves. They don't want to improve themselves. The Connaughts, the Fulani Janjaweed, more especially, the Fulani Janjaweed, because when we are talking about the north, sometimes the other ethnic group in the north will be forgotten. We are talking about the Fulani Janjaweed, the Fulani that have occupied the north. We always mention North because the Fulanis have taken over the North already. The Fulanis have taken over the North. That is why most of the time when we are making broadcasts and when we are speaking about the issue of the North, we talk about the Fulanis. It is not as if that it is the Fulani that is in that North. In that North, they have so many tribes. They have tribes, even more than we have in the southern part of Nigeria. They have more tribes in the northern part of Nigeria, more than we have in the south. But the Fulanis have used the Hausas to conquer every other ethnic group and suppress them. And today, some of those ethnic groups have decided to yield to the will of the Fulanis because they cannot fight for themselves. And the same way is that force is what they are bringing to the southern part of Nigeria. And the southern part of Nigeria said no. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it cannot happen. As long as Biafra still remains, it cannot happen. And Sunday Igboho took up the challenge in the middle west, in the southwest. Sunday Igboho stood up and said it will not happen. He began to fight. But at the end of the day, what happened? These two voices that are fighting from the southern part of Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, we are being betrayed. Today they are in captivity. And if you trace how they were betrayed, it is still that same people in the southern part of Nigeria. They are the people that betrayed them. That is why I say these devils, these wicked people are everywhere. They are in the south, they are in the west, they are in the north, they are in the middle belt. They are in the middle belt. The Fulani Janjaweed have succeeded in planting that evil seed in them. They know the greedy man. Human being naturally is greedy. Human being is greedy. It doesn't matter whom you are. You might be a reverend, a pastor, a imam, or whatever you call yourself. Human being is only some of us who have been able to suppress that greediness, suppress that envy. And some of us has been able to rise above that greediness and envy. But in human being, there is always that envy and jealousy and greed. In human being, it doesn't matter your tribe, your religion, whatever you call yourself. You might be a pastor, a teacher, a reverend, an imam, whoever you are. That envy and jealousy, there is always an atom of envy and jealousy in everyone. But so many of us have been able to suppress theirs and begin to live a normal life. The Fulani Janjaweed have been able to identify those greedy ones who have refused to change. They have identified them and empowered them. And those are the people they are using against the Southerners. You come to the southwest, they are the people they are using the southwest. That is why even in the southwest, you see that some of our Oduduwa brothers are refugees in Benin Republic. Some of our Oduduwa brothers in a country that there is no war, but some of our Oduduwa brothers are refugees in Benin Republic. And their politicians ask me, what are they doing? Their politicians are not doing anything. Tinubu is claiming to be a strong man, and the Jagaban that he claimed to be. You are a Jagaban, yet your own brothers are in refugee camp in Benin Republic. You are fighting to be a president. You have all the money, up to the extent of bringing a bullion van in your home. But your own brothers, your own people are refugees in Benin Republic. And you are still fighting to be a president. These are vultures that we have in the southern part of Nigeria. Vultures. You come to the southeast, you will see vultures. Somebody like Oju Zokalo, we shamelessly come out and say he wants to contest for presidency. Oju Zokalo, who have sold his own father's land to the Janjaweed, who have sold his soul, and even in the politics, he has stolen so much money and rendered Abia State useless. Look at the destruction he caused in Abia State. Abia State, which being one of the oil producing states in that country called Nigeria, Abia State is nothing, there's nothing to write home about Abia State. Abia State is the worst state in the southeast. Yet they have somebody like Oju Zokalo. Look at the killing that is happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Oju Zokalo be boasting of having connection. He has connection to all parts of the world. He has connection to Africa and everywhere. But yet, they are killing and bombing his own people. And he will not say anything. He feels it's okay. He feels it's just okay. All he's talking about is presidency. You see their so-called Ohaneze Ndibo, Ohaneze Ndoshi. You see them talking about Igbo presidency, forgetting about their son who is standing up for what is right. Dave Umahi admitted that the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to make wave, the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to win the heart of every single Biafran was because he used that word Biafra. Dave Umahi admitted that Biafra is in the heart of every Southeasterner. When I mean Southeasterner, the old South, the present South, and the Southwest, and the Southeast. The present South, and the Southeast, and the Lower Benue. That Biafra is in every one of them, their heart. Once you mention Biafra, that everybody will follow you. Dave Umahi admitted this fact. But Dave Umahi cannot be able to pursue this thing that is very close to the heart of their own people. Dave Umahi, shamelessly on national television, admitted to that after admitting that what the people need is Biafra. He said that we don't want Biafra. In the same interview, he contradicted himself and said that we don't want Biafra. And he himself said in that same interview that it was because of the word Biafra that everybody was able to rally around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to win every soul, and people are standing behind him for better, for worse. That same Dave Umahi said that we don't want Biafra, and he will never fight for Biafra. These are the people who are running to go and contest for vice president. You see the reason why every Biafran has to fight with the last drop of the blood and make sure your children do not suffer what we are suffering in this 21st century. It cannot continue. We are going to stop that nonsense. That nonsense will be stopped in our generation. We will stop it. And you have a role to play. I have a role to play. You have a role to play by sharing this video. Let it get to all platforms, any platform you are, in any of your WhatsApp group, share the video so that people can watch and add their own opinion and know what is going on. Nobody can give you that freedom. The contraption called Nigeria, if you are one of those who is believing that Nigeria will be better today or tomorrow, you are a dreamer. You are only waiting for a day. You are only waiting for your turn of the day the Janjaweed will kill you. If you are talking of one Nigeria, a better Nigeria, if you are one of those expecting a better Nigeria, you are only waiting for the day they will announce your death. Because this thing you see that is happening, it's going to get to everybody. It's going to get to everybody. Before you begin to talk of a one Nigeria or a hope, there will be something that is pointing to that hope. There will be something you'll be looking upon. You say, because of this, maybe there will be hope. There will be something you'll be pointing at. You say, because of this, maybe there will be hope. But tell me the pointer. What is the pointer of hope in Nigeria? If you know any single pointer, just one, if you know any one pointer to the future of Nigeria, write it down in the comment section. Let me see. If you know any single pointer to the future of Nigeria, write it on the comment section. For me, I have not seen any. Every day I sleep and wake up and go on the social media, and even in their conventional media, I will see a reason not to ask for one Nigeria. You see recently what their Minister for Information is doing, Lai Mohammed. This is a panel that they constitute by themselves. A panel that the politicians constitute by themselves. That panel came out to indict them of killing innocent souls during the NSAS. The killing of NSAS is open. It doesn't even need a panel. It doesn't need a panel. But they denied it and issued a panel. This was an event that was streamed live. DJ Sweet is still alive. DJ Sweet is a Biafran. Even because of her being a Biafran, that is one of the reasons why they can never believe anything that she says. DJ Sweet, she's a Biafran. Even when Lai Mohammed was talking about her, he referred to her as a Biafran. That the person that said that she streamed the video, that they know the part of the country where they come from and how they behave. That's what Lai Mohammed said. Something that was streamed live, the whole world was seeing what happened in NSAS, the killing that was happening openly. They denied it. They said that we are going to constitute a panel. Even when they have denied front and back, lie and front, their panel indicted them. They have killed, the military shot and killed innocent people who were asking for a better Nigeria, raising the flag of Nigeria and singing their national anthem. A country that can kill you with his flag and singing his national anthem. What else won't he do against you? What else can't that country do? A country that can kill you while you are singing his national anthem and raising their flag. For doing nothing, you didn't do anything because you are asking for a better country and they kill you. If a country can do that, what else won't that country do against you? And even today, after that panel have been suited, the panel indicted them. Up till now, as I'm speaking to you, Lai Mohammed is still saying that nobody was killed in Esad. Lai Mohammed is still threatening members of the panel that they lied. Mohammed is trying to twist the whole thing and turn it upside down. This is how shameless those who you call your leaders are. This is how shameless they are. After massacring innocent people, very shameless. That Mohammed is so shameless that even when he went to the Senate, when the Senate were trying to, I think when they were trying to approve him for that very appointment, he was saying in the Senate that his own grandson, his own grandchild was asking him, "Daddy, why are they calling you Liar Mohammed?" Even when his own grandson have asked him that question, still his mind did not change. He did not stop his evil. Even when his own son, his own child, recognized his evil, he admitted in the Senate, he said it, that his own child, his grandchild, Liar Mohammed, the grandchild, was asking him, "Daddy, why are they calling you Liar Mohammed?" Because he's a liar. Maybe his grandchild will watch this video. It is because your father, Liar Mohammed, is a liar. That is why that name is given to him. Whoever gave him that name knew that he is a liar, and he stands for lie. It doesn't represent anything truthful. Even after the government have been indicted with their own panel, Liar Mohammed is still standing and say that people were not killed. He's still threatening people. And these are the people. These are the things you'll be looking at, and you think you have a better future. You think you are thinking of a Nigeria. What is that you're looking at? Okay, look at the people who are projecting themselves for their 2023, which we know will never come. Which we know that we believe that Nigeria will never see the 2023, that will never be in Nigeria in 2023. But look at the people who they are projecting themselves. Look at Tinubu. Go and check the record of Tinubu. Is it Tinubu that is going to give you a better Nigeria? Is it Tinubu? Tinubu who have turned Lagos State to his own private company. Then you want to hand Nigeria over to Tinubu and think Tinubu is going to be the person to change Nigeria. Go and interview Tinubu critically and give him critical questions and see the answer that Tinubu will give you about the problems in Nigeria. These are the people they are appointing. They talk about Igbo presidency. When they are talking about Igbo president, who are they going to present as Igbo president? You see the brainy people, even the people we know who can offer meaningful things can never ever be in that position. People who can offer meaningful things can never ever be in that position. They are talking about Igbo presidency, and you see them projecting somebody like Ojuso Kanu, projecting Rochas Okorocha. You know the record of Ojuso Kanu. How in the planet Earth do you think that Ojuso Kanu will pursue something that will benefit an ordinary person in that country called Nigeria when he becomes a president? What on the planet Earth will make Ojuso Kanu pursue something that will benefit an ordinary person in that very country called Nigeria when he becomes a president? It's impossible. Look at Rochas Okorocha. If Rochas Okorocha becomes a president of Nigeria, how do you think that Rochas Okorocha will impact any life? Look at what he did in Imo State. Rochas Okorocha turned every part of Imo State to his private business. He stole all the land in Imo State. You see the way he governed Imo State. Even when he was leaving post, he wanted to force his own in-law upon the people. He was part of the reason why Hope Uzodinma succeeded in being the governor of Imo State. Rochas Okorocha was one of those that destroyed Imo State up to the extent that there was so much confusion that somebody who came third position was flying to number fourth. Fourth position, somebody who took first position is as good as somebody who didn't participate in election. Fourth position is as good as somebody who didn't participate in election. But they brought him and put him. It's that same Rochas Okorocha they are projecting as somebody who's going to go for Igbo presidency. You will see them sharing videos where he will go to a church. He will go to a church and he will bring one person and give him 1 million naira. He will bring one person from the church and say, "I will train your family, I will train your children." This is the game they play. Before you know it, you see Dave Umahi. He has built customized phone. He built customized phone with his name and he sent to North and he's sharing to the Northerners so that they can vote for him. Rochas Okorocha Foundation. He is specialized in the North, improving lives in the North and doing everything for them. But in the Southeast Africa, Nigeria, nothing is being done. If Rocha Sokorocha have a foundation that is so good and interested in education, why is it that Imo State we are not able to have free education during the time of Rocha Sokorocha? Why is it that Imo State could not be able to secure free education during the time of Rocha Sokorocha? Imo State that you see is one of the oil producing states. Imo State, one of the oil producing states. They can, Rocha Sokorocha, with all that he's claiming, with all the money he's stealing from the foundation, even the foundation he's talking about is being funded by foreign companies, foreign countries. Foreign countries are the ones sponsoring that Rocha Foundation that they are seeing. And he is stealing all the money dry. He will come out and claim that he is the one that is doing it. Go and check his record where he started. Who was he before he joined politics? Who was he? These are the people they are projecting. These are the people they are projecting. The few of them who can even offer meaningful things, you can never see them mentioning them among the presidents. Look at somebody like Peter Obi. Peter Obi, even though I don't like him, because he's one of those that killed the IPOB members. In his regime, IPOB members were killed. Even as we are speaking, as everything is happening now, they are still killing the South African. He can't speak. Even though he made a difference in Anambra State where he was ruling, he made some impact. He made some impact in Anambra State while he was ruling Anambra State. But they would never even appoint him to run for presidency. They won't. They won't allow him, even for vice. You see Dave Umahi fighting him when he was about to go for vice for Atiku. Dave Umahi was fighting him from all corners. If you have even a single thing to offer, they won't allow. Look at Kingsley Moghalu. Kingsley Moghalu, with all his knowledge, with all his intelligence, they would never ever allow Kingsley Moghalu to smell anywhere called Asarok. Not on this planet Earth. Even if they want to give an able president, they will always choose one person they have taken to Sokoto to swear an allegiance. Those idiots, those criminals, they are the one they're going to choose. Go to the Southwest. They can never take there are a lot of intelligent people in the Southwest. They will never take them. They will take Strungu, who was a drug baron, a fraudster, forced himself into politics, and now stole as much as he can in Lagos State. You saw the confession, the revelations the Bode George is making against Tinubu. It is not hidden. Bode George challenged him and even challenged him to the court for all his crime. He couldn't do anything. Criminals, they are the ones that you are promoting to run your guy. And these are criminals are the people you are looking upon to say, oh, there will be a better Nigeria. Who told you there will be a better Nigeria anyway? Who told you there will be a better Nigeria? There can never ever be any better Nigeria anywhere. The earlier you begin to fight for your independence and fight for your freedom, the better. Thank God the Biafrans are standing strong. They are standing strong. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been able to train a lot of soldiers, and his blood is flowing on our own bloodstream. It doesn't matter. You think you're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for that, nobody's going to speak. We will speak louder than ever, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still speaking. Even when he can't speak directly, he is still speaking through us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking through us, and he will continue to speak until Biafra comes. And after Biafra comes, we will continue to sanitize the environment and make sure that this Janjaweed brain is being thrown away from all of us. You see some people still hoping on a better Nigeria. Where is that better Nigeria going to come from? Is it going to come from the sky? Time have gone when manna fall from heaven. Manna no longer fall from heaven. You and I know that. Manna no longer fall from heaven. Manna doesn't fall from heaven anymore. It all depends on what you do. What you do is going to show the outcome. You cannot get change if you do not implement things that will create that change. You can't have any change. God cannot come from heaven to change things and make things. You just sleep and wake up one morning and you see Nigeria has become like London. It doesn't happen that way. It is a process. But in Nigeria, there is no such process to make things better. There's no such process. There is no process anywhere that things will be better in time to come in the country of Nigeria. That is why you have to speak up for the breakup of this contraction to save life. If you care about your unborn children, you care about your future, it is high time you speak up. Share the video to all platforms. Share it to everybody that matters. We are not the enemy of ourselves. Stop making the victims the enemy. Stop making the victim the aggressor. That is the thing. That is one of the greatest crimes that Nigeria is committing on a daily basis. One of the greatest crimes that Nigeria as a country, that one Nigeria is committing, is that every time you see them, they are always making the victims the aggressor. You see the NSAS, the masses who are the victims, who are being killed today, they were demonized. They were called all sorts of names. They were called hoodlums. They were called criminals. They were called different kinds of names in different platforms. And you will see people who claim to know, using their platform to promote those not rubbish. The victims, you will make victims, the people who are victims, people who have been victimized, you will now make them aggressors. And the people who are the aggressors, you will now make them victims. That is what one Nigeria has done in so many people's brain. Sometimes when they see the members of IPOB are being killed, instead of you being in solidarity with members of IPOB or the Biafrans that are being killed, you will say, why are they asking for Biafra? Why must they be asking for Biafra? Why must they be asking for Biafra? They called for death for themselves. You no longer see that conscience in people in the country of Nigeria. An Oduduwa member will be killed and shot. You don't care because the person that Oduduwa, you will be crying, saying, why is he calling for Oduduwa? He deserves death. You don't have any pity. You will see your fellow ordinary Nigerian, a policeman will stand and shoot at an ordinary civilian without any arm. If you feel he has committed an offense, why not arrest him and take him to court? This evil will be happening. You will see people who are supposed to be saying what is right. They will not say. They will be supporting that evil. Nigerians are very good in supporting evil. That is why they don't even watch things that are good. It is only when you are presenting evil. Even on the content creators, when you are creating your content and your content is on the positive side, Nigerians don't watch it. That is how damaged the brain of Nigerians are. That is how damaged the brain of Nigerian people are. Go and check all Nigerian content creators. All the content creators are from Nigeria. It is only when they use when they show something that is terrible, that people watch their videos. When they begin to present something that are meaningful, people don't watch their videos. When you're creating a content that has to do with Nigeria, if you use a good title, people will not watch your video. But when you use a terrible title, a horrible title, people watch your videos. That is what the Janjaweed have done to the brain of everybody who call him or herself a one Nigerianist. We have a lot of job to do on ourselves and in our head. A lot of job. There is no pointer to show that Nigeria will be better any time in this planet Earth. It will never. It will never. Because as you are talking about these evil men who are now, they are producing their own seeds. They are already training people who will replace them with that same evil, so that the evil they are perpetrating will continue. That's why you see one of the idiots who is an Hollywood actor, they call him Desmond Elliott. Desmond Elliott shamelessly came and said, yes, he knew that people died in NSAS. You knew that people died in NSAS. You're in Lagos State House of Assembly. What did you do? You were part of those who were denying that people did not die. This same Desmond Elliott. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my brother. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, I can hear you. Where are you calling from? Good evening, my brother. Where are you calling from? Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Good evening, my brother. You're welcome.
I just found your program for Facebook. I like the program.
Okay. Oh, you're calling from Benin?
Yes, Nigeria, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for calling in.
Nigerian people, they don't know what you want. As it is so, The dream when we did for night, I know they must surely come to pass. I did for dream. I see bunch of arrow. All those arrow when arrow people they carry, they hunt. They hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
I see bunch of arrow, bunch. He plenty with dagger. I already asked. I said, what do this thing mean? What do they want to use all these things to do? What do they want to use all these things to do? Let me tell you for that day. I can imagine what is the meaning of that day. I go ask one of my spiritual father.
Yeah.
Now tell me say problem. He said that problem they come. He said that problem they come for Nigeria. He said more Fulani they come. When he said we both will not go fit, will not feel overpower. Our leaders don't know what they come. I refresh them, may God protect me and my family.
Amen. Oh, God.
Thank you, and my contribution to that.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much for calling. God will save us, so we'll continue to stay safe. God will protect all of us.
So, amen. So this thing will save us. This thing we are talking so now we more.
Thank you for calling. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay. So I believe you had the call that came in. That's the dream and revelation somebody have about what is about to happen in Nigeria. It is not something that is not expected. When you see such revelation, these are the things that our school Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken about, and they are bound to happen. That revelation you saw that the person that just called in is saying now is exactly the situation, and it will definitely happen. You can't stop it. You can't stop it by wishing it away. You can't stop it by wishing it away. That is why we are calling people to wake up. Stop sleeping. Stop. A lot of people in the southern part of Nigeria are sleeping. They are sleeping. We have to wake up and prepare for what is coming. Self-defense. Self-defense remains the only alternative that we have now. Don't wait for any governor. Don't wait for anybody to come and fight for you or anybody to do anything for you. If you are not ready, you are going to pay with your own life. If you're not ready, you are going to pay with your own life. It is high time we all wake up. Wake up and speak up from your angle. If you see something, you say something. Give out information. In your neighborhood, when you see something, say something. Don't be silent. Continue to shout on top of your voice. You know, before now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the person that was doing this very job. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around and they did what they did at our what happened in our what happened? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would never be silent. By now, you would have started seeing results. By now, you would have started seeing results, and those people who went for that operation will be feeling it hot. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer there for you and I. He can't speak directly to us, but his spirit is communicating to you, communicating to me. That is why we have to stand up and continue to fight wherever we are, the best way we can. Continue to fight on. Continue to fight on. Don't give up on what you are doing. Anything you are doing to make sure that your voice is being heard, do not give it up. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to say. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to do. We will continue until Biafra comes. Until Biafra comes, we have to continue. No matter what anybody is trying to say, do not listen to them. Don't listen to them. Biafra will definitely come. It will come. And it is not going to come easy. If anybody is telling you that they are going to give you Biafra on the platter of gold, you cannot get it easy. It's not going to come easy. It is going to come with a price. Freedom will always come with a price. If freedom doesn't come cheap, go and check every other nation that have fought for their freedom. Every other nation they made a lot of sacrifice. Remember the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will kill us. We will kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will come. We know that the Janjaweed are coming. They are coming in full force. There are so many videos to that effect. The revelation that our brother saw now, that they are coming, it is exactly what is happening. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting about it, and today they are already very close. They are only waiting for order to attack. And many people Many people, more especially those people who are ignoring the message that is coming. Many people who are silent and ignoring the message, they are the people that are going to face the greatest challenge. But let me tell you, if you stand firm and listen to the warnings, listen to the direction, you'll be safe. We are going to get into Biafra alive. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the attack they bring from east, west, north, and south. Chukwu Okike Abiama is standing with the Biafrans, and Biafrans will always overcome. We don't have chariot, we don't have horses, we don't have all the ammunitions, but we have Chukwu Okike Abiama. As you see Chukwu Okike Abiama fought for the children of Israelites, the same way he's going to fight for us. He has fought for us in the past. He has fought for us in the past, and he will never let us alone. Even though he will allow us to face some punishment because of our stubbornness, even though he can allow us to fall into the hand of enemies because of our stubbornness, but he will never leave us alone. He will never. He has been guiding us, he's been fighting along with us. If not for Chukwu Okike Abiama, do you think there will be anything like Biafra today? Biafrans that fought for 3 good years fighting against the whole world. 3 good years. 3 good years with no ammunition. No, they were not sending ammunition to us from any angle. We were able to manufacture our own tools, our own weapons by our own self in Biafra land, and we stood and fight for 3 good years against the whole world. When you see Biafran war wasn't the fight against Nigeria. Left for Biafra and Nigeria, we can finish Nigeria within a space of 1 week. Within a space of 1 week, we are done with Nigeria. But that Biafran war was the war against Biafra. Britain, we are supplying Nigeria with weapons. We are even flying Nigerian jets. They were flying jet for Nigeria, British. They were fighting and flying jet for Nigeria. It didn't end there. The US were in support of Nigeria during that war. Russia was on the side of Nigeria. Who was with Biafra? Biafra were just on their own. Biafra were just on their own. There was no supply whatsoever, including food, for 3 good years. And they survived. It is only by miracle, only by grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama that happened. It wasn't because we are too smart. It wasn't because we are too brainy. It wasn't because of anybody. It was Chukwu Okike Abiama that fought the battle for 3 good years. And since then, up to date, Biafra land had been under siege. Up to date, as I'm speaking to you, Biafra land has been under siege since after the Civil War. That is when I see some idiots that come out and say that you were not born during the time of Civil War. Have you witnessed war? You didn't know what was happening during the time of Civil War. Is there anything that happened during the time of Civil War that is not happening now? Is there any single thing that happened during the time of Civil War that is not still yet happening now? Is it the jet bomber? The jet are still flying over Biafra land and they are bombing. We have seen it. It's happening. Even just recently, it happened. Burning of houses and killing of innocent people. We saw it. It's still happening in Biafra land. Soldiers everywhere. You saw it. It's still happening. What is that? Is it hunger? You see people hungry and dying of hunger in Biafra land. What is that happened? So because I wasn't born during the time of Civil War, I cannot be able to know what is wrong or what is right. So I should wait to witness the same fate my great-grandfather witnessed before I will fight. You must be a moron. You must be a moron. It is high time we stand and fight. And not only the Biafran, even the Oduduwa, everybody from the southern part of Nigeria, it is high time you wake up and stand up and fight. If you don't fight, Biafrans are ready and they are already on there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a wonderful foundation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu extended up to the state of building a security outfit for you and I to be secure. What else do you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do for you? What else? What else do you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do for you? He has done everything he could do, up to the extent of giving up his own parents, giving up his own palace, giving up his own freedom. Build a security outfit to guide and protect you. What else will you expect from somebody who loves his own people? And when we talk about the release of that same man, you see people drawing back. When we say you sit at home to let the world know that this man must be released, you're still drawing your feet. When you say you sit at home in solidarity with our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his unconditional release, you say no. You see the politicians. We have been calling on the politicians, the so-called leaders, elites, the traditional rulers, come out and protest with your people on Monday. Come out in the open, protest with your people on Monday and ask for the unconditional release and see if Abuja will not call you for a meeting. That meeting you went to beg, you don't have to beg. What you have to do is to stand with your people and protest. Protest with your people on Monday. Lock down the whole Biafran land on Monday. Let the OP of your Nocha and whoever you call yourself come out and protest with your people and see if this will not change. Come out and protest and see if this will not change. But instead of doing that, what do? You go and beg. Begging as usual. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you that you don't beg anything from the Janjaweed. You don't have to beg. We are kings and princes. We are kings and princes and princesses in the southern part of Nigeria. More especially in Biafran land. We are kings. We don't beg. We don't beg. We take what is ours. But today, you see our traditional rulers descending so low to go and beg when they know that they are begging an imposter. Begging an imposter. A Janjaweed who has nothing to offer. Instead of you standing up with your own people. The earlier we begin to wake up and do the right thing, the better for us. The earlier we stand up and begin to do the right thing, the earlier the better for us, because this fight is not going to end. It's not going to end easy. And it's not ending anytime soon. You have to prepare yourself for what is about to come. The struggle for the freedom of Biafra, which is the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The struggle for freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is the freedom of Biafra, is now on autopilot, and everybody has to participate. Anything you know you can do on your own, anything you know you can do on your own to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice is being heard, or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released, continue to do it. Don't look at anybody. Don't look at what I am doing. I am doing my own part. You, what are you doing? Go and do your own part, no matter what it is. If you are a prayerist, go and pray. If you are an imam, go and pray in your mosque. If you are a Christian, go and pray in your church. If you can pray in the synagogue, go to the synagogue and pray. If you're a traditionalist, go and pray in your traditional way. Whatever you can use to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released, go ahead and do it. If you want to fight openly or physically, go and fight. If you want to use arm, use your arm and make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is even freed. If you want to embark on civil disobedience, which is the one that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have instituted by himself, civil disobedience, which is the one Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in order by himself, embark on civil disobedience. That civil disobedience have been making changes. Continue to embark on this. Do embark on it as much as you can. That is the right thing to do. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. Whatever thing you are doing, do not begin to look up how many people are following you or how many people are going to join you. It doesn't matter how many people join you. Just as I'm broadcasting, even if it is one person that is hearing me in this broadcast, that one person will preach to another person. That same one person will preach to another person. Before you know it, everybody will get the information. Don't wait for people. Don't wait until you are being given command. Don't wait until you are 1 million, until they make you a commander before you can act effect. Don't wait for them to make you whatever. On your own, anything you know you can do, continue to do it. When you begin to do something, people will see it and they will support you. That was how our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started from grassroots. He was shouting on Radio Biafra London, preaching, shouting, crying, calling on people on what is about to come, on what is happening today. That was how he spread the message. He doesn't mind when he started. How many people were listening to him? So many of us today were not listening to him when he started. People who called him that he's ranting, he's talking rubbish, he's not going to. Even he went to one Igbo Congress and spoke to them. They didn't listen to him. But today, that same one Igbo Congress are fighting shoulder to shoulder with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, standing with him 101%. That Igbo World Congress that he went to address and tell them what is happening and they didn't believe, today they are standing together with him. That is how it works. And the spirit of Biafra have permitted us, possessed all of us now to do what we have to do to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally. Don't wait for anybody to command you. Do what you have to do. As you're watching this video, you can share this video. Take that pencil, share this video on your platform, on every platform, and make sure that people are getting the information. If anything is happening in your own area, share it and let people hear what is happening in your area. In the southwest, in the middle belt, in the southeast, any place that something is happening and you see it, share it and let the world see. If you're waiting on the politicians, you're going to wait for too long, and the solution is not going to come. If you are waiting for the politician, you are going to wait for a very long time, and the solution is not going to do what? It's not going to come. For those who are talking about political solution, I am not stopping you for your political solution. Go ahead with your political solution. Go ahead, continue to do what you feel you can do. Go ahead, but don't stop me for what I'm doing. Civil disobedience is where I stand to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. And until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and make a speech by himself, the sit at home can never stop. It will intensify more. More days will be added to make sure that the world is seeing what is happening, because we will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves. The chick said that his crying is not that something that is holding him will leave him, but he's crying so that the world will hear his voice. A small chick that the hawk captured and flew away with, the small chick will be crying, crying. He is not crying that the hawk will leave him, but he's crying so that the whole world will hear his voice. That is what we are doing. So that when we begin to act, they won't say we didn't see, they didn't hear it. We are already exhausting all means of discussion. We are exhausting all peaceful means. We are exhausting every peaceful means to make sure that we have our independence. But they are pushing us, pushing onto the wall. It is not going to be forever. Very soon, things are going to change. Because we must take our freedom by all means possible. Biafran will be free. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody does. We must be free. It is our right to be free. And we'll go for our freedom. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect every single Biafran wherever you are. And you are standing up for that, which is good. May Chukwu continue to bless you and prosper you. May Chukwu continue to prosper every Biafran wherever you are, any angle you are, wherever you are. Every hand that have shared this video, every hand that have committed in sharing this video, Chukwu will continue to bless you on the days of your life. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. Every Biafran in Biafran land, Chukwu will continue to protect you. You will never lose your life. You will walk into Biafra alive. You will walk into Biafra alive. Every member of Oduduwa that is sincerely fighting for Oduduwa Republic, you will surely be alive to witness Oduduwa. And Chukwu will protect you. Wherever Sunday Igboho is today, Chukwu will continue to protect him, give him good health and secure him, and he will be free to continue the struggle. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever you are, Chukwu will continue to be with you. You are a child of Chukwu. You are doing your assignment that Chukwu have given you, and no evil will befall you. Chukwu will send doctors to treat you. Spiritual doctors will take care of you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be freed unconditionally. May Chukwu guide and protect you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu continue to strengthen you. May Chukwu grant you more revelations so that you will send word to us and we will continue to march forward into Biafra land. Very soon, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us and he will lift the flag of Biafra for us and we will walk into Biafra rejoicing, singing the national anthem of Biafra without fear. It is going to happen. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. We will continue until Biafra comes. And Biafra will definitely come. Don't be afraid wherever you are. Don't be afraid. Don't shake. Don't be afraid. Do not change in what you are doing. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. It doesn't matter how many people they kill. You are not going to be part of those who will kill. Those who are listening and following destruction will never pay with their own blood. Each time we broadcast, most time we are trying to save those idiots who are talking about one Nigeria. They are the ones we are trying to save because they are the people that they are going to kill to demonize members of IPOB, to demonize the struggle for Biafra. But we will continue to speak. For those who have decided to sacrifice their life, what can you say? What can you do? But we know the common enemy. The common enemy we have in the country we call Nigeria is the Fulani Janjaweed and their cabal, and they will never go free. No inch of Biafra land will be taken. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. We will continue until Biafra comes. And Biafra must come. Biafra must come. They are just fighting their last battle. That's why you see them holding hand on anything they can see, touching any possible thing, any place they can lay their hand, they are putting hand there. But as for Biafra, Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. Remember this. I will join you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu, and we will continue to spread the gospel of peace. We will be safe and walk into Biafra alive. You will not play with your blood. I will not play with my blood. We are going to go into Biafra alive, and many of us will celebrate in Biafra land. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed and stay safe. Remember this.